Hello and welcome to the Robo Samurai channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you a review of the Transformers Legacy Evolution Dinobot Sludge. So here is the box, and you can see that there is this nice little piece of artwork with good old Sludge on top there. And then on the side here we've got Sludge in his robot mode. And on the back we can see him in both of his modes. And he is number 1 of 8. How is this? 6. Sorry. It says 6. 1 of 6 for Volcanicus. So it'll be a core class combiner. And yeah, so that's what the box looks like. You know, very cool. He also comes with his instructions. His instructions look like this. They fold out like that, showing you exactly how to transform him into his different parts. Robot to Dino mode, and then also to Combine mode for Volcanicus. I'm not going to go over the Volcanicus part today. I'm just going to talk about him and his alt mode and what he can do in this robot mode. On the back of the instructions is the QR code, which I will link in the description below. So let's go on ahead and take a look at this figure. So here he is. This is him, and boy, he is interesting. In order to do this and to have him as part of the supporting centerpiece of Volcanicus, it looks like that they had to take a few compromises, but let's take a quick look around him and do a little 360. So first of all, his head looks pretty cool. Yep, they've also painted this red here and black there. And let's see here, can we see? Yeah, so in the center of this little thing here, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little like crosshairs thing design there, which is something that was on the original Dinobot Sludge. And let's see here, what else does he have? He's got paint here, paint there, and then he has black paint on his wrists. He's got some gold paint on his feet, toes. So, and on the back you can see the dino head here. Now this is, when you get this in the box, this is not attached, so you'll have to snap it on. I'm not going to snap this off just to show you what it looks like. I just want to leave it like that, and we'll go over more of the Dinobot head later on when we get him into his alt mode. Okay, so let's take a look at the articulation of this figure. So he has, his arms are on ball joints at the shoulder, and that's all you get. He's got some 5mm ports here, so this ball joint gives you the ability to turn it all the way around, and then also you can kind of go in, and because of transformation you also get this little bit of a joint here. So he can do maybe it's not really a butterfly joint, so it's kind of weird. He also has kind of a waist swivel action going on here. Swivel goes all the way around, comes back again. I also believe this is part of transformation, if I remember correctly. His legs are built in a slightly weird way. So he's got a hip skirt here that lifts up, and if you look, you can see that underneath there he's just it's just legs. His actual swivel points are here, and they're ball joints. And so the hip skirt kind of helps get his knee, if you want to call that his knee. It's like really thick here. His thigh is like basically the robot, the dino leg here, and there is some swivel to that. So yeah, so this is how they've kind of engineered it. Yeah, and there's black here. I guess all this black here is supposed to represent his waist. We'll go with that. So here's what he looks like from the back. You can still see some of that black paint on his fists there, on his hands and everything else. So and I think the head sculpt looks pretty good. Yeah, so, and it is, if I haven't said it already, it's on a peg, not a ball peg, so he can turn almost all the way around. It kind of stops when he gets to the side there. Same thing on the other side, just halfway, so he can kind of do that. Okay, so let's go on ahead and transform him into his dino mode. Okay, so collapse his legs and tab them into each other just like I just did, and go ahead and tilt that up like this. Then you want to take his arms, lift them out to the side, and then we're going to close them. Oops, see, now it did actually come off. So just as a word of warning here, I think there we go. So whoops, that's the wrong way. Has to go on like this. Okay, so in order to do this next transformation piece, you're going to have to, in order to fold these in, kind of forgot about this, but lift up the dino head and then collapse these two together, and then you want to tab these two arms together right there. Okay, so now we're going to take this entire thing and swivel him at his waist, and then we're going to collapse this into this so his fists fit into the bottom of his legs, and then just fold them in like this. They will snap together thusly. Then move the dino head up, and then this little tab will snap in, and there you have Sludge in his dino mode. Okay, so there is no articulation at all in the dino, little tiny dino legs here. You see them here? You can see the big ones in the back, but there's no way you can move these. These are, they're stuck. So the dino head does not move. I mean, that does not count for articulation. The jaw does not open. You can see all the hollowness under here. And then you can see that there's some silver paint on this part, but it's also not done very evenly on mine. There is some here, but it's thicker on this side. So that generally doesn't bug me too much. You can see the dino head here. He's got teeth and it's gold painted, and he also has a blue eye, and an Autobot symbol right there. So yeah, looks pretty good. And then a little stubby tail. This is what it looks like from the underside. And yeah, so that's Sludge. Let's bring out Slug, I believe. The Dinobot formerly known as SLAG. So here he is here. And there they are together, and you can kind of see them. Like there's something missing here. He looks really skinny here. And then there's this. You can see there's a little hole in this. You know, but if you hang them at an angle, they kind of look like that. And you can display them like this, or in what they will be looking like when you combine them in Volcanicus mode. We'll call it that. So yeah, pretty decent looking, you know, for core class Dinobot figures. I'm kind of interested in getting the rest of the set to see how this pans out. So yeah. And just another comparison point, of course, I have Optimus Prime here from the Siege. I'm sorry, it's not Siege. This is actually from Earthrise. And yeah, so you can kind of see some of the size comparison of these two here. So, well, there we go. So, yep, if this kind of pretty much does it, you know, for the review. You know, like I said, this is going to be, you know, the whole is going to be greater than the part. So if that's something that you're looking forward to getting, you know, that would be a reason to collect this figure here. So anyway, yeah, do I recommend it? Well, if that's what you want and you want a little tiny set of Dinobots, then yeah, then I would recommend it. However, not a lot of articulation in these, you know, of course it's a core class figure, not too much to expect from that. So I guess we'll have to see how the whole set turns out. Anyway, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I will talk to you next time.